So my friends, welcome to a new crypto update video, and Bitcoin keeps pumping. We are now at 93,000 US dollars. At the peak, we were even at 94,000 US dollars last night. We haven't completely filled the wicks yet, but our target, where I said we could slowly consider shorting, we have almost reached now. You can see we started back then with 7%, where we said, yeah, okay, possibly short. Meanwhile, if we consider the peak, it's only 1.5%, so we are slowly entering a really interesting short area. Why? For what reason? Why? We will definitely look at that in today's update video. We will look at the indicators. We will also, of course, look at the altcoins, at the, standard markets or traditional markets. So definitely stay tuned until the end, and feel free to watch yesterday's live stream again, where I delve into the whole topic regarding the US dollar and other things. That was in the first 15 minutes, so it's an important topic, but it's more for a live stream. Maybe I'll cut it out and make a separate video about it, but as I said, that's it for now. Before we start, feel free to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And of course, feel free to join the free Telegram talk and Signal group. If you're interested in updates, news and signals, feel free to join. You can find the link for free in the video description below. And if you're still looking for an exchange where you can trade all this, you can sign up with my partner exchange BingX. Currently, there are up to 11,500 USDT in bonuses if you register or do KYB, for example. The link is in the video description or in the comment section. So, yes, Bitcoin at 93,500 US dollars. It continues to climb steeply. We have actually formed further vectors in the last few hours. Not only those at 84,000 US dollars, but also here at 88,000 US dollars. And so the game continues to go further up. Important, as I said, short only with a hedge position. That means if you still had a long position open or something like that, but since I didn't make it public or that I was long, I didn't say anything about it and said better wait. So now we have reached the point where it is really entering an interesting short area, because we have actually filled every wick from over here first. Positive sign. If we look at the funding rates, they were brutally negative yesterday, especially yesterday. Afternoon and evening, we had funding rates at times. Where do we have it? Here from minus 0.03 to minus 0.04. So massive short liquidations, because there was continued shorting, which is why the price rose another $2,000 to $3,000 last night. Now the whole situation has calmed down a bit. To show you again, we are back in the normal range. Slowly but surely the longs are taking over, and that's exactly what we want to see. And I would now hope that if we here now, still we're going into the 1 hour time frame, if we consolidate a bit here, perhaps get a bit of calm during the day, perhaps go to 95, 96k, and then we might see this dump downwards. The dump is necessary, in my opinion, is now absolutely bearish either. We just need another retest to handle all these, early longers or anything else to flush out of the market. If we look at it, I already mentioned it in the live stream yesterday, as long as we, let's say, hold the entire level in the range of 84 to approximately 82,000 US dollars, everything is still within a positive framework. As I said, feel free to watch yesterday's live stream again for that. As well, I also showed comparisons to 2021 or with the US dollar in 2017. An important point, in my opinion. As long as we hold this here, everything is positive within the framework. Okay, then push it towards 100, 120. I don't care at all, or it's all the same to me, depending on what you say about it, down. But if we then fall below that break, then the 70k are definitely still within the realm of possibility. We just must not become too bullish now. Nothing has changed in the overall situation. Globally, there are still tariffs. There will still be a weaker dollar and other things. Nothing has changed. Therefore, don't try to build up too much hopium here again. We need to just have a little more patience. This is now very, very important. If we look at the heat map, we see upwards, okay? Things are slowly calming. Down on the heat map again, there are fewer short positions coming in. The 94, 95k are definitely still in play. They can still be reached, but you can see for yourselves, 89, 87, 84 are glowing en masse. These are exactly the vector candles that we have just formed, so just be careful there. Slowly but surely, we are definitely entering a short area. Now you can also possibly go a bit more securely and possibly even set the stop loss up to 98k. But as I said, when I enter, I will let you know, but slowly but surely, in my opinion, it's time here. Let's move over to Ethereum. How does it look there? Ethereum has finally staged its rally and even delivered a final blow last night and at least filled the inefficiencies. So finally checked off here as well. Ethereum has fulfilled its duty, one must really say. Nice breakout. However, even here, we are still in a downtrend, we must add. As long as we don't have at least a daily close above 1,824 or a 4-hour close, ideally even up here at 1,923. But even here, the next resistance is around 1,880 to 1,900 US dollars. We still have a small inefficiency there. Ethereum might even recover now. Because with Bitcoin, we will probably consolidate a bit first, and then we'll see further. Solana just hit the resistance up here yesterday. Now also a slight breakout here. If it can hold this and Bitcoin can also hold, that's very important now. It tries somehow to FOMO, jumping into any positions. That doesn't make sense. Because as soon as Bitcoin really starts a correction here, and that can happen very, very quickly, you know how fast, then we also have a problem here that the trend with Solana is also broken. Also, perhaps to add here, we still have a bit of vectors over here, or in effect as well, or rather, let's say room up to 166 US dollars is so more the price range that Solana could initially reach here. Now that we have broken this resistance, even if we do a bit of paint by numbers here, I can quickly sketch it out for you. We can also say, okay, this is a textbook inverse head and shoulders with the price target right here, 166 to 184. But still, I would simply not jump in now, but rather try a small short up here. Let's move over to the traditional markets. Gold. Finally, a correction. We need to see how long it lasts. I said, don't short it, but for those who did, still great. As I said, I didn't do it because it's just too risky for me, to be honest with you. My entry, still I'm waiting down here at 3,170. As I said, the golden pocket has now shifted significantly due to this upward trend. Again, we need to wait for now. And what's also interesting, you can see it down here already. The 200 SMA is also slowly shifting more and more upwards. I really, really like that because, you know, the 200 SMA on the 4-hour time, forever very, very accurate or will often hit. That's why for me, 3,160 down to 3,080 are the long areas. If the 200 SMA shifts even more, all the better. Then we can adjust the zone here a bit or possibly even enter a little earlier here. But at the moment, nothing has changed in my plan. The correction is great with gold. Possibly that right now the consideration is if we get another small jump upwards here, that is up to 3,436 or even 3,460, and we encounter a bit of struggle here, I would consider even considering a small short position here. Otherwise, I would just leave it alone. I'm telling you how it is. Leave it alone. Otherwise, nothing has changed. DAX, absolute consolidation. I'm surprised that it's relatively calm there, especially because, or rather, I'm honestly not surprised because we'll get to that in just a moment. I'll lay it out right away. The euro has significantly weakened against the US dollar. $1, €1, 13 now only. That is, of course, not so good for the DAX either, which naturally benefits us because all the US dollar money simply flows into the euro. And as a result, the DAX values are pushed a bit more again because the money naturally flows into the European stock market. We can see that the DAX is now consolidating a bit and having extreme difficulties reaching the golden pocket. We are definitely still observing this. Dow Jones recovered yesterday. 1.5 trillion or billion were pulled from the stock market the day before, flushed out. Yesterday they were added back again, so it's just an in, out situation. At the moment, that's how it goes, and let's see how it continues. But the targets remain, as I said, first the golden pocket possibly, and then another dump. That hasn't changed. What a flow of speech again today. But well, last but not least, as I said, now more in detail about the euro. The short position is running, as we mentioned. Take the first, second take profit, and that's it. You should say to and now it's a matter of waiting to see how it continues here. Let's see what happens. Otherwise, third take profit, then somehow down here at 111 or something like that. But the thing is running for now from the short side. It's also currently, for me, the only thing where I say, okay, safe haven. Otherwise, we'll just wait and see. Well, that's it from my side. Later there will be an XRP update. I'm recording 2 more videos today for the next few days. And otherwise, I would say leave a like, subscribe, join the Telegram group. We'll talk later for the XRP update. And otherwise, that's it from me. I wish you a nice day. Until then, bye-bye. And as always, stay crypt.